Dear student, welcome to the Applied Research and Development course. I am Aarni Moisala. I'm the principal lecturer at Haaga-Helia University of Applied Sciences, and my role is to guide you through this virtual course before summer. What is applied research? Well, in our case, it means that our focus is on the end results rather than scientific knowledge. So in our case, it's the results that counts if they are interesting, workable, and give us good results. We don't add up to scientific knowledge. That is not our main objective. However, we use science as a tool and use it in a scientific way. Well, what have we done so far? We did a data search based on your interest. And now when we have the results at hand, we draw an objective research task and a research strategy, or what is also called a research design, based on your data search. So how do we make an objective? Well, at the end of each article, there is usually a discussion part where the author discusses about the probable next steps for further research. This could be one source of ideas for an interesting objective. The second one is that you just use your own personal interest and you draw an objective from that. And a third one is that you have a real case company and you place the objective in that context. Okay, now you have an objective. The next step is to formulate a research task. And this is the most important part of your research process. A research task can be derived in several ways. First one is called a deductive approach, when you use an existing theory, model, frame, guru, or perhaps a best practice. And based on that, you formulate an interesting research task. This means that you have to focus, you have to narrow down your research interest. You cannot solve all the problems that are related to the objective. Well, the second approach is called inductive. And this means that you follow up your own intuition, your prior knowledge, and things that you have at hand, and you analyze and proceed based on your analysis, step by step. So when you start, you don't know what kind of material, data you will get in the end. Then the third one is called abductive approach, which means that you use both deductive and inductive logic. Well, when you have the research task formulated, the next step is to draw a research strategy. And this means, again, that you have to decide upon the data collection and analysis methods. So here you have at hand qualitative or quantitative method. Or a third one, which is today called a mixed approach, where you use both quantitative and qualitative methods. Also, in regard to research strategy, you might have a design where you compare two companies, two cases, two teams, two projects with each other. And in that way, you get information where you can compare two different end results. But so far, the main idea is that you go through your data search and look for an interesting objective and then draw research tasks and a research design. And this is a sort of a play where you try to find an interesting package, and I will be helping you out. But the first thing is to send me a summary by the end of Friday 13th. And then we will see what we have at hand. And then we go along from that. So thank you very much for following me, and see you with a video next time. Goodbye.